How is it going, folks? Welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Today, this article comes from The Direct, and it reads, Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 gets good news from Ewan McGregor. Yet another chapter in the ongoing Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 saga was written at LA Comic-Con. So anybody that is excited about another season of Obi-Wan, it looks like you are going to get it. I haven't heard too much about Disney greenlighting anything on this, but it does seem like it is in the works. Maybe if they did greenlight it, it was a while ago. I know they are working on Ahsoka Season 2. I haven't heard about pre-production on it at this point in time, but I guess Obi-Wan Kenobi was in the mix there. So if anybody is excited about that, we have got some news for you. Before I hit you guys with the news, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. We are trying to get to our 100th subscriber, and it would help us out very much if you subscribe and share with a friend. Now, let's read this article. Star Wars actor Ewan McGregor offered fans some good news regarding Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 as a part of Los Angeles Comic-Con. McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi was last seen in Season 1 of his self-titled series back in 2021. Despite Ewan McGregor sharing his excitement to potentially get to play the character again, word has been any sort of follow-up was not happening. In fact, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy previously told fans Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 was not in active development, but may be sure to not count it out entirely. The Direct was in attendance at Ewan McGregor's Los Angeles Comic-Con appearance on Saturday, October 5th, where the longtime Star Wars actor Ewan McGregor gave an exciting update on Season 2. Ewan McGregor revealed how they are exploring a second season of his Obi-Wan Kenobi series. This is a quote. One idea for a continuation is obviously between the end of Obi-Wan Kenobi series and when Alec Guinness is Obi-Wan Kenobi, there's got to be another few stories in there. And we're definitely hoping, well, exploring that, I think, would be the word to say, end quote. Before that, McGregor remarked that one of the first things he'd want to do for any Obi-Wan Kenobi follow-up is to wear armor from the Clone Wars. He noted that a situation that allowed him to wear that armor would also mean he and Hayden Christensen could really get back together again. This is another quote. I think that could be something that I'd enjoy. That would mean I'd have to be younger, but they could do that. It's the de-aging. It's the dots on your face for 3 months, you know. But I'll do it, I don't care. And then Hayden and I could really get back together again. End quote. This is the most positive movement toward a potential Kenobi Season 2 fans have seen or heard in months. For a while, it seemed as though chances of any sophomore effort from the title were slim as executives involved in the project continued to play down talks of Season 2. Director Deborah Chow told fans in May 2023 that Obi-Wan Kenobi was always conceived as a limited series, seemingly confirming that it was a one and done for the streamer. Chow would eventually go back on these comments, saying, Obi-Wan Kenobi director later posted that a second season was off the board, but nothing official on the project has ever been made public. This is a quote from Chow. You always think you're going to end a series like this in some magnificent way, but instead you end up in a parking lot with a second unit and hardly anybody there. It's always so anticlimactic, but as Ewan and I finished our very last shot on the second unit, and I was literally taking off my headphones, he was already pitching me ideas for Season 2. There's another 10 years with plenty of stories, and I don't think it's off the board. It is a never say never situation, but we already did conceive this to be a limited series, end quote. For fans who have wanted more of Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi, these comments will be exciting. However, they are just the latest in a long line of vague comments surrounding any sort of follow-up. Since its initial release, Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1 has been listed as the complete series as opposed to the complete first season, like many other shows on the service are. Because of this, it was widely assumed that the Obi-Wan project was seen as a mini-series that will come and go with one set of episodes and never be heard from again. And that may have been the plan. However, a lot can change in just a matter of years. In the time since Obi's initial release, Disney has completely shifted its release strategy, banking on known quantities and avoiding any sort of creative risk when possible. A name like Obi-Wan Kenobi resonates with the fans. Coming off the relative flop of The Acolyte, Kenobi still stands as the third most popular Star Wars series on the Disney Plus platform behind The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. Given that Boba Fett was critically maligned by fans and The Mandalorian is reported to be ramping down, one can see why Disney may be reconsidering its stance on Obi-Wan being a one-time thing. It is the next biggest show in line, making it prime for a potential follow-up should Disney and Lucasfilm want to go back on the show's miniseries branding. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen, but it seems as though there is movement on that project, and at least according to Ewan McGregor. That sums up the rest of that article, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think about a potential Obi-Wan Season 2. Like I had referenced earlier, I didn't hear anything about this show being greenlit, and then the article went to say that there was nothing that was actually factual around it being greenlit, so it's really just hopes and dreams at this point. Obi-Wan is a character that you would think they can't mess up. But I do know when the first season came out, I heard a lot of mixed reviews about it. You know, you would think people would flock to it and just like it. And it's not that it was a bad show, because it says it was third in line as far as successes. I was surprised that Boba Fett actually did so well, because people pan that show a lot as well. The Mandalorian is not surprising. That is the most popular and successful show that Disney Plus and Lucasfilm have put out as far as them releasing streaming shows. But, you know, Obi-Wan was originally supposed to be a standalone film, and they kind of ditched that effort because of the failure of the Han Solo film, which actually isn't that bad, to be honest. I think it was mismarketed, but that happened, and they said, all right, we're not going to do the standalone Obi-Wan film, which I think would have actually did well. I think Disney got spooked, and they jumped the gun on putting out these solo films when they should have just doubled down. It was just one failure. I think Obi-Wan would have got them back on track with a nice little course correction, but they decided to push their streaming service. So that's the gist for Obi-Wan as far as I'm concerned. I didn't actually watch the Obi-Wan season on Disney Plus because I don't have Disney Plus, but as I said, I've heard mixed reviews, and you would think Obi-Wan show, Ewan McGregor's coming back. People did like him as Obi-Wan in the first prequel films. It's not going to fail. But overall, I don't think people really liked it as much as they would have anticipated they like it. And I don't think Disney saw what they wanted to see as far as the numbers goes and subscriptions rising, because they're not quick to follow up on this. Should they follow up? Potentially, if they can make the story better. But if Disney is not confident in it, then it could be a show that they greenlight and they don't put the love and care that they need to, and people just don't like it because it's going to fall flat once again. But like I said, that's all I got for this article. Let me know down in the comments what you think about a potential Obi-Wan Season 2. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, ring the bell for notifications, and as always, be safe. It's Neff signing off.